Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another video, and I'm really excited today. I have Gamester81 on today. Do a quick interview. He's in town. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Jimmy, it's good to see you again.
Same here.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot of you guys are already familiar with you and your channel, but some people might not be familiar with what you do on YouTube. You want to give us a brief?
I do a lot of reviews over Barbies and, you know, all
Sweet.
those. Yeah.
Can't seem to find that channel though.
Yeah, it's, you know, no. So my focus is mainly on, more seriously, on a serious note, it's more on retro game and rare and retro games.
Okay.
So I do a lot of reviews over like a lot of obscure consoles. So my specialty is like doing reviews over consoles. Okay. So maybe some people that maybe like the Nintendo 64 disc drive. A lot of people have seen a review on that. A lot of the old like Valley Home Library computer, and of course modern day games as well. And I've been doing YouTube videos since 2008, so I've been kind of a veteran doing it.
Okay, yeah, you've used Gamester81. He's been on YouTube for quite some time. He has approximately around 40,000 subscribers on your main channel.
Oh, about 3,700, yeah, or 37,000.
37,000.
So yeah.
Now, tell me, with the Nintendo 64 disc drive, did that actually get to retail?
It did in Japan as a mail order only initially.
Really? Was it like kind of like a test run?
Well, no, they did it through like a mail order. It was people could order it through the mail, and this came out, you know, in the late '90s, you know, so it was a little different. It wasn't like you could just order it online; you had to actually mail in for it.
Right.
You know? And they would send you kind of like a Columbia House, think of it like that, because they'd send you games every month with it. So you know, there's only maybe like a dozen games that came out with it for it. And then I think later on they did have a retail release, a very limited retail release, but only in Japan. So it's a very, very rare system.
So the console you have is from Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
But it works on all any Super or Nintendo 64 consoles. So it'll work on North American consoles and work on European consoles as well, because it doesn't run on its own AC adapter. It works off the power of the console itself. It's kind of unique. It goes to the very bottom of the N64.
Okay. Okay. Right on. Cool. Yeah. Right on. Now, what other channels? Okay, so you have your Gamester81 channel. Yeah. Like John's like he's I don't know how he does. He has like 4 or 5 channels on YouTube, and they're all fantastic. But what are some of the other channels that you have?
I have a Star Wars channel. It's called Starwarsnut77. My other big passion, other than collecting games and playing video games, is doing Star Wars collecting. Okay. Collecting with my brother since as long as I can remember, to be honest with you.
Okay, so, how many Star Wars items do you have?
Man, it's hard. I'd probably say close to maybe 4,000 or more.
4,000? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, okay, now guys, let you go. A lot of times you guys leave comments saying like, you know, girls aren't interested. John is married, but what does your wife think about it?
She tolerates it.
Okay.
You know, that's a good way to say it. You know, when we first got married, I first met her, a lot of my stuff was in storage. So at the point we got married, and then we moved in.
Look who you got married to!
And then she realized that I had all this shit, you know. No, she's very supportive of my hobby. Okay. It's fun. She understands it's a passion, just like, you know, like she likes to collect shoes, so it's really no different than that.
There you go. You can buy a couple pair of shoes. I'll get 10 or 20 games. We're good to go.
There you go.
Right on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so guys, a lot of you guys out there might be starting your own YouTube channel. John started, he has 5, and they're all successful. They have all received YouTube partnerships, which a YouTube partnership isn't the easiest thing in the world. John, so if someone has a YouTube channel, you know, and I recommend people to just not do it. It's not about money for me, but a lot of people are like, you know what, it's really hard to start out with a channel. What are some things that you could recommend to some of the YouTube users out there that want to get started and just, you know, want to have fun and do their own thing?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is to have fun. Do it because you like doing it. Don't, like you said, don't do it because you want to make money and become rich, because it's very, very difficult, especially in today's YouTube. Because when we started, it was gaming. There was still a gaming community, but it's blown up since. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So it's very hard to get discovered. Yeah. So do it because you have fun, and don't get caught up on subscription counts or view counts. Do it because you have fun, and be honest and be who you are, and don't be fake, and don't try to copycat someone. And I think people will see that, and then people will subscribe.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, if you are really interested in something, it'll shine through. Like if you're Star Wars, people can tell if you're really into it or not. Right. And if they can tell you're fake, they're not interested.
Right.
But
absolutely.
4,000 items, Star Wars, kind of hard to fake.
Yeah. Yeah, and some other channels I have real quick. Just
yeah, absolutely.
I have a Nostalgiaholic channel, which is kind of a plan where it starts with NES. So it's kind of, I grew up in the 80s, you know, born in the early 80s. So I love nostalgia. And so that video, that channel is more specifically for items growing up. So it could be He-Man figures, you know, turtles,
Cabbage Patch,
you know, so that's that's probably one of my favorite channels to do.
What are some of the favorite things that you've done on that channel that maybe some people have forgotten about?
I did, I forget the toy, but there was this goblin guy for the Halloween. I don't know, I did it's like a puppet hammer.
Okay.
And I did I used string, and I made him kind of like he was actually walking, and I did a kind of a mini movie. I don't know if you've seen it.
I did.
But it was a lot of fun. It looked
I'll
really,
include a link for that video.
It looked really
Doesn't he
cheesy.
attack you?
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
It's a B movie. John's a big B movie.
It's not even a B movie. It's like a Z movie. It's like terrible. It's terrible. And but it's a lot of fun to do. And,
yeah.
That was a fun video on that one. And I just did. My Buddy video was a lot of fun too, like the intro for that. Like, do you remember the My Buddy doll?
Heck yeah!
My
Kid
buddy.
on his he's on his 3-wheeler or his little trike bike, and he's got his little buddy. Basically, it was like kind of telling boys. For My Buddy, if you guys don't know, it was kind of like telling boys, it's okay to have a doll. This is a cool doll you could take with you. Did that sell okay? I mean,
well, I ended up buying one as a kid, or my parents bought one anyway. But you know, after watching like Chucky. That's where Chucky was actually based on My Buddy. And after watching Chucky, like I flipped him away. I was like, dude, screw this stuff. I'm like putting Chucky away, or My Buddy away. And but no, and my other channel is I have a Gamester81 Arcade because I'm into the passion of arcades.
Yes.
So I do a lot. Since I do a lot of traveling, I like to visit a lot of arcades and do a lot of walkthroughs and do video game like arcade reviews. And then my other one is I have a 3D channel, a 3D camera. I do a 3D channel.
That's right.
And kind of something unique and. It's kind of fun, so yeah, that's it.
How many, like for your arcade channel, how many arcades have you visited, or how many videos do you think for arcades is on that channel, do you think?
Probably like walkthroughs, probably 60 or more.
So if you guys are really into arcade games like I am, you have to check out not only the Gamester81, check out the Gamester81's arcade channel if you're interested, because you know it's hard to find arcades. They're closing down like crazy.
It is.
And to find an arcade, there might be one closer than you think. So
there's a great website I want to plug. It's called AURCADE. It's spelled AURCADE.
Okay.
And what it is, it's and I'll put a link below. You know.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what it is, it's a great resource. You can put in your zip code, and it'll tell you the local arcades in your area, and it'll tell you what machines they have at the arcade.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
It's cool.
That's cool. Yeah. So okay. So John, he mainly focuses on retro games now. You know, I know you have like all the current generation consoles. You have the 360.
Modern day gamer as well. Yeah, absolutely.
What have been some of your favorite games this generation?
I love the Batman Arkham City, Arkham Asylum games.
Those are pretty sick.
Those are fun. A lot of fun. You know, of course, the Grand Theft Auto series is great.
Absolutely.
You know, Max Payne 3 was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's a lot. You know, it's hard to name them all.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I could go through the shelf here and I could point out, oh yeah, Fear 2 is great. You know, Little Big Planet, I love that too. Yeah, that's but I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. You know, Mass Effect. You know, the series is great.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
But yeah, there's a ton.
Okay. Now you're also involved. Now 5 channels was not enough. You've got Gamester81. I can't even pronounce Nostalgiaholic.
Yeah.
Is that right? Gamester81 3D, Gamester81 Arcade, and
Star Wars
77. How can I forget? If that's not enough, he's also involved in a weekly podcast. A lot of you guys already know. I had the opportunity to be on the podcast a couple different times. All Gen Gamers. Now this podcast involves Pete Dorr, Jason Heine, or the Emmy Review, and for a while it was Johnny Millennium or Happy Console Gamer. Now it's Metal Jesus Rocks.
Right.
I don't know how you have time for all this. This is amazing, and you have a really strong community for all Gen Gamers.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, but you know, it all boils down to again having fun.
Yeah,
and you know, definitely like with the podcast thing, not getting any money in return or anything like that for that. You know,
right?
But it's just we do it for fun, and just because it's a passion, like you said, it's a community-based thing, and it doesn't feel like work. It's just like talking to friends, like you and I are talking right now, and I really enjoy every Tuesday night we record, and it's always a fun time, and I always look forward to it. 2 hours just flies right by.
A lot can happen in a week that you can talk about in the gaming, but also stuff that you've been playing, some of the retro stuff. You're like, oh, do you remember that game?
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to tell you guys though is that sometimes it can be a little overwhelming with all the options available on YouTube. John actually has a really great resource, his own website that he has, Gamester81 Arcade. I just want to briefly plug it. I am on it. My content is available on it, Gamester81.com. Can you tell the viewers basically some of the people that are involved on your site that provide content daily?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I have maybe 15 to 20 different contributors on the site, so it's been great. And started in November of this past year, 2011. And my goal is to really build it as a community very similar to YouTube. And I definitely don't want to take away from the YouTube community because that's very, very strong. I understand that. But yeah, like yourself is on there. Great guy, Dustin Video Game Sauce. I don't know if you know his channel or not, but he's a retro gamer reviewer, but he's got a very great talent as far as editing goes. He's very funny. And his focus is more on like the NES and also the Atari 2600. And they're usually very short videos. But they're great. And he also posts on YouTube as well. Another guy, Jason Delancey, he posts weekly updates as far as articles about history of WWF games.
That's right.
So, he's been going from a very, very first WWF game up, I think right now he's on the Dreamcast, but he's going through the whole history.
That's really
he's like
cool.
part 20. And, I like WWF, but I'm learning, every time I'm reading these, I'm learning something new about the WWF. I had no idea there's so many WWF games out there.
Okay, no, what was the first one? Was it for the NES?
It was for the NES. I think it was I think it was for one of the classic like PCs, like
really
Commodore 64 or something like that, or some crazy thing. But yeah, NES was definitely earlier on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's incredible, and a lot of great guys. Like Gamester81.com. Just go to there's a section, there's a tab on the very top. I can't remember right now, but it just shows you like contributors to the site. I think it's contributors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of great content, not just video content, but also articles that are written all the time, whether it's reviews or Gamester81 actually does articles, written reviews on consoles. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of you guys out there that have an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3, and you're interested in checking out some of the retro consoles to add to your collection, starting up a collection, you're like, well, I want to check out that console. Gamester81 does an incredible job on these reviews, and it really goes in detail. You really, I mean, it's incredible. Like, you have over 200 consoles in your collection?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, unique consoles too.
So what's your wife think about the 200 consoles?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, pretty like...
No, but she's very, very supportive of it.
No,
yeah, she's awesome. And, she's great. I'm very lucky. My wife is awesome. She loves sports. I love sports.
Okay,
and come NFL football Sunday, like she'll get upset if we don't watch football.
Right.
Like it's one of those unique things.
Living life, man. You're living the dream.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Very blessed. Love you, Laura.
Right on. Shout out to his wife. Sweet.
Laura's not my wife though. No, I'm just joking.
She's girlfriend. That's your girlfriend.
She's on the side.
Right on. Well, cool. Well, guys, definitely check out Gamester81's channel and check out his website. Definitely leave a comment. He's got content there every single day. And thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure, Jimmy. It's awesome. Great to see you again. It's the second time I've been able to meet you up in person. It's been great.
I know. I was very excited. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.